School is back in session for millions of children across the country. This new school year is also bringing new concerns. Will COVID show up inside your child's classroom? BNC's Jamise Price is live in New Orleans with the impact the Delta variant could have on this next school year. Jamise?
Naira, some doctors have said it. If there's COVID in the community, chances are COVID could also be in your child's classroom, and it's up to parents and adults to make sure they're doing their part to protect our children during this pandemic. 16,000 new COVID cases in Louisiana since Friday. Some of those testing positive are young children ending up here at Children's Hospital.
We have had to admit a couple of kids to the intensive care unit, both our neonatal ICU and our pediatric intensive care unit.
In Louisiana, about 6,000 kids tested positive for COVID in 1 week. 13 kids were admitted to Children's over the last week, and 4 were in the ICU, including a 3-month-old baby and an 8-year-old girl.
When I hear about a child admitted to an ICU unit, that tells me that they need more care than just oxygen on the floor.
Hospitals in Alabama, Arkansas, and Florida are also seeing more children in their care than at any other point in this pandemic. And it's happening at the worst possible time, the start of school.
A lot of these children are experiencing low-grade fever, so 100.4 to 101 temperatures the first day or two of illness primarily, as well as a little bit of runny nose, nasal congestion, cough, some kids having vomiting or diarrhea symptoms.
Dr. Veronica Lewis, a New Orleans-based pediatrician, says on average 30% of their COVID tests are coming back positive. Now, some parents fear other kids will spread the virus to their classmates.
The concern becomes once school reopens, especially in the homes where you do have parents or relatives who've chosen not to vaccinate, how many children will be affected by this.
How can parents keep their children safe in the classroom? Dr. Amanda Jackson at Children's Hospital says it happens before your child leaves home.
I share those concerns. How do I keep my boys safe? I'm fortunate enough that both of my kids are old enough to get the vaccine, and so they're both vaccinated. My advice to all the moms and dads out there is the best way to protect your child and your family is to get the immunization yourself.
The American Academy of Pediatrics attributes the growing number of COVID cases among kids to the sheer volume of children who simply don't qualify for a vaccine. That's why the organization's president wrote a letter to the FDA's commissioner urging them to work aggressively to authorize a vaccine for children under 12 years old. Naira?
Jamise, we understand that wearing masks inside school is one way to protect children. Are school districts implementing any additional mitigation measures?
Naira, some school districts are moving forward with weekly testing, and they're testing students, staff, and teachers. It's a way to quickly identify a COVID exposure so they can quarantine that classroom instead of the entire school. Also here in New Orleans, some schools are moving forward with those vaccine clinics on campus. So that's a way that they're trying to make sure they can get those students who are able to get vaccinated to do so. Naira?
Thank you for the update, Jamise.